Hey y'all, how's it going on, man? So so the one thing I do want to talk about is that sometimes like stuttering can get really frustrating, right? So for example, basically I'm probably gonna say for 10 years I decided to sort of put off basically something I wanted to do for a long time, right? So I stayed at a job that I got paid a lot of money, good money and everything, good hours, good days, a good shift and everything, like you know, and everything in that, right? So so the thing I did last year, I decided to quit my job, and at that time, I sort of having my first baby, and I didn't know at the time before I quit. I had no idea. So right. So I decided to quit my job, and then I decided to I decided to get my EMT license, right? But the thing I didn't know was that in order to get your license, like, you have to go through a lot, and I mean a lot of things. For example, the schooling itself, it didn't take that long. It took about like 6 months or so. That's it, really. So the schooling itself don't take as long. But the problem is that basically it's not only schooling that you have to pass, basically, right? On top of that, there's 15 different type of exams, right? And these 15 different type of exams, they are hands-on exams. So for example, let's say if somebody go for example, let's say if somebody go cardiac arrest or something like that, basically, or for example, if they have a heart attack, basically that's it. Like, if they have a heart attack, basically, right? The thing that everyone in the class had to do was actually basically try to practice that hands-on and actually pass a hands-on test. The problem was that it was actually time, basically. So right, so the problem was that it was actually time, and the reason why it's time is because in real life, you know, if somebody having a heart attack, you know, you literally have to do something, you know, and that's time, because every single second, you know, like it sort of counts, basically. Like, every single second counts. The problem that I had was, in order to pass it, the thing you had to do was actually say everything out loud. So my problem wasn't that I couldn't do it. I could do it hands-on things, you know. That wasn't my problem. The hard part, which was very frustrating for me, was that so the hard part for me was the thing I didn't know before I even got the thing I didn't know before I decided to go to school was, in order to pass, I had to do 15, you know, hands-on things, you know, like literally like hands-on. You gotta pass every single one of those. So after that, I finished that. It took me a little longer because it took me a little longer to sort of pass the class and everything because of that, you know, in itself. You know, it wasn't that that I didn't have the grades, or, you know, or I wasn't smart enough, or I didn't study hard enough, or anything like that. So I ended up passing class, and then after the class, the thing I had to do was do a week in the ER hospital. I think it was a week or two in the ER hospital, almost like 2 weeks in the ER hospital. basically. And hold on, I fix the camera. So yeah, so I had to do I did that, and then after that I had to do a week in the firehouse. And the single question that I got a lot is, why are you doing this? Like, everybody asks me that, from patients in the hospital. I'm interviewing patients because I'm trying to practice on my speech, because I know I'm gonna get in that in real life. But everybody asks me, why are you doing this? You know, and they ask me, they ask me, why? So the thing is like, when they ask me, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts that that's something I've been wanting to do, but people are kind of like doubting me a little bit, because they're like, oh, you know, you stutter, you know, you stutter. So yeah, so I get a lot from every patient, almost a lot of patients. So yeah, so not only that, it was frustrating. So I finished passing class. I did my clinical rotations. I'm like, okay, then I'm gonna get my license. So no, that's not it. So so after that, what I had to do is actually pass a state exam. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about it. You know, well, I figured out about it once I got into class, but I already paid for class. So I'm like, like, you know, I have to do this. You know, it's no turning back now, because I quit my job I had for 10 years. Good paying job. I quit it. But I was like, you know, ain't no going back now. Something I've been wanting to do, so I'm gonna do it. So yeah, right. So what ended up happening was I decided to so what ended up happening was I decided I'm sorry, I'm going off track. So what ended up happening was so what ended up happening was I decided to finish. I finished, and then as I'm studying for this test, I mean, I failed the test. I failed 3 times. To be honest, I didn't have good studying habits. There's a lot of excuses I could have out there, but a lot of people have excuses, you know. So there's a lot of things that was going on in my life. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you know, and I was having bad studying habits. I'll go to the library, go in the library for like 40 minutes, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I studied. That's it. I'll do that like almost every other day. So, but it got to the point I'm like, you know what, I gotta pass this test. So I ended up passing it. I just passed it. But now I've been looking for jobs and everything that because I sort of would love to start my new career off. I passed last Friday, but I got 2 interviews Thursday, so that's a good thing. But what's frustrating is that I know for a fact, if I go in there and if I start stuttering really bad, like going really bad, like a really bad stutter, it's not gonna look good, because at the end of the day, they're gonna see me and be like, yeah, he stuttered. So even though they say, you know, everything's equal, I kind of would disagree with that, because I've been in situations and people looked at me like, yeah, like, you know, and even though I'm qualified for the job and everything, they still be like, nah, you know, but they won't say it in my face. So they give me a smile and I'll go out, whatever, and that's it, you know. So so the frustrating thing is that now I kind of relapsed a little bit. So I've been practicing more and more. Like every day I've been practicing, trying to get my speech more fluent, because I know these interviews are coming. And the one thing I do want to do is actually like the sort of frustrating part for me is that I kind of don't want to stutter, but I do know I stutter, you know. So but I want to control my stuttering, and I just started practicing again. So my stutter, like, no, so my fluency is not all the way there yet. So so I yes so that's the reason why I say it's like very frustrating, is because not only I went through all this stuff, not only that it took me a year or so like that and everything like that. People calling me. So not only took me a year or something like that, but still, you know, like I had to go through all this, everything, and quit my job and everything that, and now all of a sudden, if I stutter in the interview, I won't get a job. So that's the most frustrating part about everything about stuttering, that people don't talk about, people don't know about, you know. So that's just that's just a little bit, you know. So, but hope y'all like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.